Thank you for channeling the Keeping It 100 info. And I'm Darius, the Hilarious. And I got some information for you that's going to help you turn your life around and place your feet on the solid ground. In today's time, we are so focused on the injustice, the what is not going right in our lives and in the world. But if we focus on the right things, we can attract the right things in our life. And that will lead us to being the best version of ourselves. So today, I am going to talk to you about the 4 bullets you must shoot to live. 4 bullets you must shoot to live. The 4 bullets you must shoot to live. Okay, so for bullet number 1, adjust your perspective. If you always out here complaining about what you don't get or what's not working for you, or you always just complaining and being negative about stuff, you're going to get more of what you complain about. So this is why you should adjust your perspective. That will help. Look at things more positive. If you project positivity, you will receive positivity. And again, perspective, for an example, is nothing more than just, okay, me and you watch the same movie. I have a different thought about the movie than you thought about the movie. And, here it is here. And the second bullet you must shoot to live is embrace your flaws. Understand that you can't be nobody else but you, and nobody else can be you better than you. You are the star of your own show. I had to learn how to embrace my flaw of being insecure. So like in elementary school, elementary for me was pre-K through 5th grade. Elementary school, I was not thinking about swag. I was not thinking about the Jordans or the Nikes or Adidas, and just clothes in general and how I looked and all of that. I wasn't even thinking about that. I was thinking about going outside to play, going to the Boys and Girls Club. Like, I was an outside kid, still is. But anyhow, after elementary, middle school, 6th grade through 8th grade, it got a little worse for me because whenever I went to middle school, everybody that I hung out with went with their ethnicity. I was just stuck out there, oh my gosh, man. And so what I did was, for probably a year or so, I started hanging out with everybody in their ethnicities. I went to the white people, I went to the black people, I went to the Hispanic people, I went to the Asian people, and I went to the goth people. And I was just it was just tiring being in all these different groups, and then you can't hang out with the other group if you with this group. So I just started doing me. And so I had to find myself in what I liked and what I wanted to do. It was depressing for me because I was always alone, and I really felt that I did not have any friends. That's how I felt. All of middle school, just alone and depressed. I didn't have any friends, But that didn't keep me from getting into any extracurricular activities. I was in a lot of stuff, but I was feeling that way. So high school, 9th grade to 12th grade. In high school, 9th grade, I got in theater, and theater helped me. Anyhow, I think you get the point now. But to make a long story short, embrace your face. Back then, they didn't want me. Now I'm hot, they all on me. You are the star in your own movie. The world is like a stage, and you're an actor, and your body is a costume. And it's your goal to work on that costume the best way that you can. You know that whole saying where they say practice makes perfect? No, practice makes better. Okay? It makes it better. You know that whole saying, fake it till you make it? It's not real. It's not real because I started faking it and I continued to fake it all the way out of high school. And you know, they say fake it till you make it. Don't forget you're faking it. So, however you act is what you attract. I start attracting all types of fake people in my life. Like, embrace your flaws. And the third bullet you must shoot to live is always communicate your intention. Always communicate your intentions. You need to think about it and you need to say what you want. You need to communicate your intentions. For an example, in my lifetime, I was a pushover. And I always thought about what I wanted and I never did project it. I never did communicate my intentions. And so the outcomes always ended up with me feeling like somebody's using me. And that's because in the beginning, I never had an intention or I never set an intention with whatever that I was doing. So yes, this is why it's important to have an intention. That way, you know where you're going with that situation. There's a time to speak. There's a time to be quiet. There's a time to communicate your intentions. And there's a time to sit back and just enjoy what you're being given and be thankful. Bullet number 3, always communicate your intention. And for our last bullet, yes! Bullet number 4, learn from your mistakes. Let me put it like this. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody gets that way. Nobody's perfect. I'm gonna work it again and again till I get it right. Nobody's perfect. You're living, you're learning. And if I'm messing up sometimes, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has those days. Everybody knows what. The world is like a school. And you have grades. You have grades that you have to go through, which are situations in your life to help you become a better person. And if you don't get that situation right, or if you don't overcome that situation, you'll have to repeat that grade. Like in school, if you fail a test, the tax test, now the STAR test. If you fail the STAR test, you have to repeat that grade. I don't even know how that worked. But anyway, back then, if you fail the tax test, you have to repeat the same grade. Pretty much that's how the world is. If you don't learn from that situation, the universe will interject the same situation in your life through different people. And you'll be like, why is this person similar to that person? Or why is this girl similar to that girl? Or why is this guy similar to that guy? Or why is this marriage similar to that marriage? Or why is this test similar to the last test? You know what I'm saying? And I just changed my voice. But you basically have to pass whatever obstacle or whatever course that you're going through in order to get to the next obstacle course. Because life is about learning from your mistakes so you can move on from the past and go to a better version of you. Whew. I had to repeat the same grade like 3 different times, yo. And each time, that grade got harder and harder. Yes, it got complex. So yes, you want to make sure you pass that grade the first time, because if you don't, it's going to get harder and harder. It's going to be very complex, but it also makes you a pro at whatever you were supposed to overcome. And for the last bullet, mistakes. And this completes the 4 bullets you must shoot to live. Yes, if you enjoyed this video, can you like or subscribe? That would be great.